Alright, welcome on in everybody. Today we're going to be redoing our Condor Pasa video. Apologies for having to take that down yesterday. It seems that my Streamlabs was not wanting to actually record anything very well. It was super glitchy. I uninstalled, reinstalled it like 5 times. Still not actually sure what the issue is. Eventually it just started working again, so I'm not going to complain. I have a pretty decent computer too, so it's not a hardware issue. I'm essentially maxed out on what the system can do, so... anyways, let's go ahead and move forward with the Condor Pasa A-Rank guide. For this guide, it is important to note that you do not need a 3-star or potential level 4 in order to get an A-Rank. I actually got Condor Pasa to A-Rank as one of my first ever Umas. I think it was like my 3rd or 4th one. And she was still at potential level 1. You know, everything was just at the default setting, so that's completely fine. She does have a 20% speed bonus and a 10% wit bonus, which is fantastic. That actually makes the A-Rank achievement here even easier. As you know, you probably know by now, we like to focus our attention on speed, strength, and wit when trying to get our A-Rank with these Umas. So let's go ahead. Since we have a big speed bonus, we are going to be focusing on power for our sparks here. We don't actually need any speed. We don't actually need any speed sparks. So if we can just max power as much as possible. I believe I have some 42s, 47s. Let's see, rating, and we should be able to find something here. I believe I got a 4212. Yeah, let's just use the 4212 Bakushin and the let's go with the Tokai tail while we're at it. If we can find her. Nope, it's usually the one a little bit further down, right? Nope, not that one either. There we go. So that's fine. Since this is an A-Rank guide, we're not going to be worried all that much about the remaining sparks that we get. Those aptitudes can be bonuses, but in this case, we're just going for the A-Rank. So, for our support cards, we are going to be going with a 3 wit, 2... wait a second. Nope, I completely misspoke. We're going with a 3 speed, 2 wit, 1 stamina deck. So I will be choosing a Super Creek for my stamina card, as I really like the skill she gives, plus just the bonuses that she gives to the stat are fantastic. For the wit cards, I'll just be choosing my 2 favorite wit cards here. I really like Daiwa Scarlet. She gives a lot of energy back and has some mood up events. And then our 3 best speed cards. Technically, our 2 best speed cards, as per usual, we will be borrowing a 50, level 50 MLB Kita-san Black. Her skills are pretty much unmatched at this point, so go ahead and friend somebody that has one. If you haven't already, there's a link in the description of this video that will take you to a Umamusume database website that will have the search option, so you can find someone that you can follow with this support card, and then you can borrow it going forward. So that's going to be it for our selection here. Let's go ahead and start this career. We can put this all on maximum skip. And we will be focusing on our support cards here with a ideally larger focus on speed, power, and wit. So if our stacks are on speed, power, wit, we will prioritize those. If it's a 2, even if we got, 3 or so on stamina and guts. If we have a 4 or 5 stack on stamina or guts, we'll probably go for it. But up until that point, it's not really necessary because we're pretty much guaranteed to get 2 stacks. That just happen so frequently. Alrighty, so we don't really have a good option there. We might as well get our mood up. And excellent, we got karaoke, so we got great mood right off the bat with max energy. That was a speed No on speed. We got 4 on stamina, so this is going to be one of those cases where we do train stamina. 4 or 5, we will take a stamina training. And something about achieving your dreams. Go for it. And we got power, speed, guts. Still not a fantastic split here. So our King Halo is probably the lowest speed card we have right now. So let's go ahead and do a wit training and give that friendship bonus up a little bit higher here. And we do have 2 on wit again with the Narita Taishin skill hint, so let's go ahead and take that. So our wit cards are already doing pretty well as far as friendship bonuses go, but our speed cards are getting up there too. We'll make pretty good progress for our junior debut. Training, we'll do another wit training since we got a 4 stack here. Essentially still have the max energy. Tell her to get some rest and cap that off a little bit. Wit level 2 before the junior debut is pretty good. So we got 3 on wit again. I guess we're going with it since we don't really have any stacks on any of the other skills. Bonus there, excellent. Now let's do... We got Taishin or Super Creek. We like those Super Creek skill hints. So let's go ahead, see what we got here. Term conditions. Not the best that we were hoping for, but not a bad one either. We'll do another speed training and get King Halo up a little bit higher, because she's fallen behind compared to Kitasa Black. And that way we can just even that out a little bit. So we are still looking at our junior debut here. And overall, our training's going pretty good. So let's do a power, get Super Creek up a little bit higher there. And we should be able to win this without much competition here. For this first race and this first race only, we will set her as a front runner. It just increases the chance of getting that first place. And we really want to avoid having to do another race for the maiden race achievement if possible. It's just waste a turn, and that is stat points wasted, which we do not want while doing A rank guides. Now we got 1, 2. So our stamina is fine, but our energy is looking a little low, so let's take a rest here. Now Narita Taishin does have some pretty decent skill hints, but we do want to get these speed cards up. Let's do another speed training. Kitasa Black's going to be in the green. And now we got a double on stamina. We will do stamina here just because it's only single cards on the rest of the skills, and it was a 3 stack there, so that will be good enough for us. Our speed cards aren't liking to align for us this time around, so let's do another speed training. This is a mood up event, but we're already at great, so that's fine. We do have a wit rainbow training, but that's not going to give us enough energy to complete a speed training afterwards, so let's go ahead and take a rest. Excellent, we recovered 70 energy there, fantastic. Again, we're not really getting our speed cards where we want them, so let's do another speed training there. At least we can do rainbow training with Kitasa Black. We're going to do power here. That way we can do both of those speed cards at once. They're looking pretty good. I just am surprised they've been so spread out this one. So let's dance some stress away, get some power and guts there. And we are looking at a 13%, 12%. Let's do power, get King Halo up into the green. We can take a rest next. Double check that we don't have a great stack on wit, which we don't, so we can take a rest. Only recovering 30 is just brutal. Now we do have 3 on wit, so we'll take that. Excellent. That'll give us a Rainbow Training, Narita Taishin. All the while, for pretty much every single dialogue option, we are choosing the ones that sound as if they will give us more energy back. You can try to remember them all, and if you've played enough, you probably will remember them all. But if you're struggling and you're not entirely sure which ones do with what training, you can definitely just go ahead and, you know, pick the ones that sound like, oh, let's take a rest or let's eat something, and those will give back energy 9 times out of 10. Sleeper holds. I don't know why, but sleeper holds gives energy. Just putting your friends in sleeper holds. And we're very close to getting King Halo up to that rainbow training. Get some rest. We'll get one good training in before the Kyoto News High. Put it into speed here. And we just have to get top 5. So that shouldn't really be too much of a challenge for us. It's only our second race, and it's a G3 1800 meter. So it's not an insanely competitive race. Let's go back to Pace Chaser. View results, and that should be a first place. Excellent. Get through all of this dialogue. Lots and lots of dialogue. And let's see what we got here. We can do a wit training here since our energy is looking around a third. If we do a wit training, we'll get just enough energy that will be enough to do a speed training in the case that we get a double or triple stack on speed the next turn. Like right there. And that's a double training on speed there, which gave a 35, I believe it was. Mood is great. Power plus 5. Always good to see that. But now our energy is rather low, so let's go ahead, take a rest. Get 50 back, and an inspiration proc before the NHK mile. And that is why we choose those power cards, because that just gave us 61 power and saved us a ton of training there. And here we go, a 53 on speed. We love to see him. Anytime those speed cards stack up like that, it is always a blessing. Especially when we're getting 50s this early in the game. Mile's just going to be the 1600 meters, so we shouldn't really struggle that much with that. View results, that's a first place. And we have the Japanese Derby right away. Now this is going to be one of our first longer races. So let's go ahead and we will purchase some skills here. We're going to be getting blue skills. I'm just going to get 2 of them. That should give us enough energy to get through the Japanese Derby at 2400 meters. And there we have it. It's a little farther down than we usually would like to see it, 4th place. However, it is likely that we just didn't proc our skills, and we could have gotten a 1st or a 2nd or a 3rd on that race, and just got some bad RNG. And here we go. So now we have a Rainbow Training Super Creek. Let's go ahead and do that. She gives really good bonuses. And we had pretty decent energy there. We can get one more training in. It's going to be another mood up and slight energy boost. 25, let's do the wit training. Because our energy is less than half, but not less than a 5th. Is kind of how I gauge it. If it's less than half, but not less than a 5th, we'll do wit training. That way we get some of that energy back and guarantee success on the next training if needed. Ooh, that's a 29, looking good. Anytime our energy is below half during the beach training here, we are going to do wit training unless we have a double or a triple stack on stamina or speed, mainly because we want to preserve that energy for a double or a triple stack. 2 turns, let's take a rest since our energy is so low here. And we can do one more speed training before the Banichi Okan. Get through all this dialogue, and we should be fine. But that is Swinging Maestro. We don't have enough for it since we just purchased those skills. But that Swinging Maestro skill is phenomenal. We will be getting that as soon as we can. So let's get through this race, get some more skill points, and we'll continue training up our speed, wit, and power. And since we have Swinging Maestro, that is a energy skill that will essentially give us everything we need to get through any of the longer races in this career. So let's do a wit training here. Get some energy back. $64, we love to see those. That was beautiful. 64, love it, love it, love it. And this will give us a Professor of Curvature, which is another wonderful skill. We'll do the wit training at 39. Daiwa Scarlet and Matikan Fukutaru are fantastic wit cards if you don't have them. And that is a energy up and mood up. So let's do one good wit training here. See if we can't get another good stack. No speed yet, but we can do another wit training. And here we will have, if we choose Special Week, we'll get some more energy back. 43 wit, love to see it. Carrot, we didn't really need it, we had max energy, but that's just kind of how it plays out. Normally by then we won't have max energy, so we'll take what we can get. We'll do a speed training there since we do have max energy. $29, $51, we'll take the 51 there all day. $31, $22, we'll do the 31. I mean, this is why we love high-level wit cards. The stat bonuses they give are just phenomenal. A 40, I mean, we're getting everything's above 30 here. We got 34 speed. And we're so close to 8 in speed here. And this is our second inspiration, which is going to give us a good stat bonus to power. It's at 85 there. Excellent. That's what we'd like to see. More dialogue. A little bit down. That's fine. We get a 42 in speed. We'll take it. Practice perfect. Looks good too. I mean, 32, 27, 32, 27, 32, 27, 32. It's hard to pass up. But let's do 27 and get a little bit of that energy back, just in case we get a double stack. And 41, we got another good wit training here. And we can do the Kitasun Black speed training here. Our stats are looking phenomenal. You just gotta keep it up and hope we don't get debuffed. Training. I believe we have the second beach training after the Takarazuka Kinen, so let's get a good rest, and that way we have a good amount of energy going into it. And for our skills, if you have Professor of Curvature unlocked, since you're borrowing Kitasun Black, and you have a lot of skill points, you may want to choose that. In our case, we're going to prioritize Swinging Maestro. If you don't have Swinging Maestro unlocked, just get whatever stamina skills you can afford, and we can get Professor of Curvature after winning the URA Finale. And this is, it's just a 2200 meter, but it's good to have those stamina skills to guarantee we won't run out, as the competition does get a little more fierce as time goes on and we proceed to better G1 races. So 9 turns until the Japanese Cup here, and this is going to be our beach training. 56, beautiful. Hey, 85. Wow, what a RNG friendly run this is. And we can do a wit training there, get that up a little bit. 33, 30, 33. Let's just do the wit. I don't want to risk a failure there. I probably could have rested there, actually. I forgot to check how low my energy was, but we can always rest after this. So let's take a rest, and we'll have 4 good turns before the Japanese Cup, which is another 2,400 meter race. We can do our speed training here. That'll get us up to an SS in speed, and now we have an A in power. Get this wit up to an A here. And we can pretty much leave speed alone now, unless we get an amazing stack, but we can pretty much just train wit for the rest of this career path, as we got really lucky here. You might not have the RNG that we're pulling here. Like, look, that's another 65. That's 3 triple stacks in a row, and one of them was beach training, which is, well, not in a row, but in one career. This is insane. I mean, I can't recall the last time I had this much RNG luck, and of course it's on a character that I'm not going to use in PvP. God bless me. Why couldn't this happen during my Saiyan Skyline? So let's go ahead. We should have no issues with the Japan Cup. Now, keep training the way that we are. If you have, you know, around a 900 in speed, which would be average at about this point, keep training speed up. We do want to get speed past an S, closer to 1100 if possible. But, you know, the method itself, this is going to be closer to a A+ mid to high rank A minimum. So, you know, yours will probably be around a mid rank A. So don't let it get you down if you're not getting this type of RNG. This is honestly a mystery to me how I pulled these numbers in this playthrough. Area McKinnon should not be too much of a challenge for us, because our stats are looking fantastic, and we do have Swinging Maestro already unlocked. And going into the quarterfinal here, let's go ahead. We will put some points into power. Probably do 2 more power trainings in this case, since our speed's going to max. It's already maxed, actually. And we're going to get about 35 bonus points in the URA finales here. Qualifier, semifinal, and finale. Good, 25 wit. So we do have an A+ in wit, and we're pretty close to A+ in power. We will have an A+ in power at the end of this career. And these are just going to be easy wins for us going forward. Our stats are looking great. I am very interested to see what our overall rating's actually going to pull out. We'll do a speed training here, because 20 to power is good for me. And now we just gotta view results, get that first place, and purchase some skills. And those plus 15s, since we managed to max out our friendship with Director, that usually just kind of comes naturally. Even if it doesn't, that's fine. This method will still get you there. Let's take a look. We have medium, mild, pace, late are all going to be A's. We'll get Professor of Curvature, and then we will purchase all the pace chasing skills that we can afford. Pace, pace. That's all for pace, so let's get some mediums. We got 182. And then we got 72 to work with, and firm conditions, 72. We want to use up all the skill points we can, and we used up all of them in this case, which is fantastic. So let's see what our final rating is here. Did we get an A+? We did not. But oh god, we were so close. Oh, so close. Damn it. But there you have it. That is an easy A guide for El Condor Pasa, even if you don't get the fantastic RNG luck that we did in this playthrough. You should still get a very, very comfortable A rank using this method. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as we always appreciate that, or I always appreciate that. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.